Hello there, my YouTube friends. It's been a fair while since I've done any sort of cancer update video, as you would possibly put it down as being. I've tried to make a few videos in the past, but just they didn't sound right, they didn't come out right, or whatever. I just didn't end up doing them, so didn't end up uploading them. So what I'll do is I'll do one now. I'll keep it as brief as I can because I know most people don't want to watch long ass videos. We're guaranteed this is going to end up being a long ass video. It's just the way I am, guys. I'm sorry. So I don't even know where to start, where to think you how far along I was, and I'm certainly not going to go back over my previous videos to find out. So I'll start with where I think I may have sort of left things a bit. I have had another scan done, which was sort of really great news. I got a letter through from the hospital just before Christmas, stating basically that it's at a status quo. Nothing's changed. It hasn't grown. It's no different. So that's pretty damn good news in one respect. You know, it's the best news I could hope for, really, at the end of the day. Yeah, I suppose not, because the best news I could hope for was that it's shrunk even more and it's starting to disappear, but that's probably just not going to fucking happen, guys. You know, it's just not. So the best news I can hope for is the fact it stays stationary and doesn't grow and has a status quo for as long as possible. That's all I can really hope for, and I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. You know, the longer it stays at a status quo, the better. It did leave open for me the questions to myself of, well, if that's the case, why does my nose feel reblocked up? Why does my ear feel like it's getting worse? And why am I getting some of these other issues that I'm getting, which I will go through with you? Yeah, I'm sorry if there's jumps all over the place. It's just hard for us to try and sort of run things in sort of like an alphabetical order type thing, yeah, or a time frame style thing. So I'm going to do my best, but if I do jump around, you'll have to excuse me for that. So like I say, that gave us a great sort of Christmas thingy, and I did go in. I was supposed to see Miss Uzier on the 28th of December to talk about the results, but she was quite far behind, so she must have had a few people come in that really must have been just finding out that they had cancer. So, and obviously that's knocked her back, because she's the type of woman that will not sort of rush you out the door to get onto our next patient type thing. You know, she'll spend that time with you, even if it puts her back. She'll spend time with you. She'll go through everything with you. She'll spend whatever she needs to get you through whatever. So I think it was like an hour and a half after my appointment time, they ended up sending us in to see a registrar. So at least I got seen and got out. So I spoke with the registrar. Yeah, she gave us sort of the thing again and run down again, like, yeah, it's everything's stationary, everything's going the best it can go for my situation. And so I asked her about my nose, I asked her about the ear, and also I asked her about the problem that had started occurring sort of fairly recently over that period of time. If you see it stretching across somewhere, this is the reason why. Okay, I've got my little pup with us here, and he's sort of coming to the very end of the settee, and he's going to end up falling off. So I'm trying to pull him back on again to make sure he doesn't fall off the settee, guys. So you have to be there if you see me sort of lunging across out there, or you hear some strange noises, it'll be this little bugger. Okay, I'll get to the reasons behind him if you haven't already seen that video. But see, I asked her about that, and then of course this issue that I've came up with recently, where I started having a lot of tension in my neck, a great deal of tension in my neck, which is sort of took the headaches which I always have, which was sort of, if you use a pain spectrum, which is what shut up, you silly sausage, which is what the hospital like today is, like 1 being sort of very little pain, it's not bothering you that much, to 10 being to the point where you can't really cope with it. I would say the headaches were the one all the time. They weren't bothering us. You're being a pain in the bum. They weren't bothering us. They're not weren't an issue. To being because of the tension in my neck that they were sort of starting to build up to a 2.5, which again is nothing. It's nothing, but they were starting to become that point where I knew a little bit more that they were there. So it made it sort of that thing. And then, of course, what I started having, which is the bit that really does get to us, was that every now and again, one side or the other would cramp up. And when the cramps came on, and when they do come on, by God, do they hurt. I mean, they are like at a 9.5. Thankfully, they don't last very long before they wear off. So I'm thankful for that, because if they lasted any longer, they'd probably gone to a 10 or 11 taking cramp, because they really are. They have me at a point where I'm almost ready to cry. And stretching them off like what you would a normal cramp doesn't work. It actually kicks them in and makes them kick back harder. The only thing I can do to relieve them at the moment is take either my 2 fingers or my thumb, grab a hold of the thing, look for exactly where the actual tensed up part of it is, and apply a great deal of pressure to it. And that hurts on its own. That's like a sort of a 7-8 doing that. But with this already being at a 9.5 with the pain anyway, it eventually kicks it off and makes it relax again. So that is excruciating. So I asked about that, and what she says was that she can't be certain 100% what it is. That really I'll need to speak to Miss Uzier, and hopefully Miss Uzier might be able to have a better insight. But all she can presume is that because of the radiotherapy I had and where I had it, that a lot of it, especially my nose and my ear, my nose itself, she said, is probably going to be nerve damage in the nose, just because your nose is perfectly clear. I should put the camera up, had a look, because your nose is perfectly clear. There is no blockage, nothing there to stop it from thinking properly. But it's basically a case of that there's possible nerve damage now, which is making it feel like it's blocked up all the time. She says, yeah, it's to do with, it's a little muscle at the bottom of it, which basically just opens up slightly to allow the free flow of the fluids. She says yours has probably been damaged again by the radiotherapy to the point now it just probably is completely closed up and probably won't work. And they don't really want to. She says the possibility is that they won't want to operate on it for the simple fact of how close the cancer is to that area. They won't want to sort of risk anything, because obviously cancer is inoperable. My neck, she says, look, again, to do with the radiotherapy, this is why you can't have any more radiotherapy. It would be too bloody dangerous, is that the chances are it's done some damage. This guy, honestly, look at him, man. I've just had him out for a walk trying to tire him out so that I could make this video, and instead it's put the life in him and he just wants to play. Great fun for me. So he's biting away at my bloody hands and that here. So like I say, they've said that the neck is possibly to do with damage again done to either the nerves or possibly even the vertebrae in my neck, or the fluids around the vertebrae in my neck, and possibly being damaged, and that could be causing that. So, but they won't know again until sort of Miss Uzier has a chance to talk with us, find exactly what it is, and maybe send us in for some sort of tests to find out. Because I did get in touch with Rachel, my Macmillan nurse, to ask if it was possible, because I've now at the gym injured my left shoulder to the point where I can't lift anything on that side. So I asked her if I could go and have sort of like a deep tissue massage on that, and have some maybe needles or something put on my neck, have the acupuncture done on my neck to try and ease the tension in my neck to stop some of these cramps and just to ease the headaches. And again, she said, look, we need to speak with Miss Uzier and let Miss Uzier have a look have a proper check over you to make sure there isn't any structural damage that sort of might be made worse by somebody having a go at you with stuff like that. So I've got to wait to see Miss Uzier, which that is going to be early Feb, which we're now at the 28th of Jan. And my daughter's going to be daughter's 22nd birthday tomorrow on the 29th. So it might already been happened by the time this gets uploaded, depends on how fast I can get this up. But like I say, it's going to be early February that I go back to see Miss Uzier, and hopefully this time I will get to see her, because Rachel's actually said, even if she's running behind, just tell them to say, I need to see Miss Uzier about this one. I need to get this stuff sorted out, because it's obviously interfering now with us going training. I can't train my left side. I even have pain in my shoulders when I try and change gear, and when I try and lift it up to do stuff. And this guy, man, this nightmare. I mean, the one time I get round to trying to film something, and this little bugger wants to play. He normally sleeps most of the time, but right now he wants to play. Fun and games, guys. If we're in a bulldog puppy. But, so, like I say, I've got to go and see her to find out anything else. I do have now, and it's getting more frequent, having major headaches. I mean, I'm talking about like sort of on the scale of a migraine, where my aversion to light and everything is so bad, it's unbelievable, and it makes us feel sick and everything. They're coming on a more regular basis. And Rachel's basically said, look, you know, we'll have a word with Miss Uzier. It may be that you need to sort of go on a strong painkiller. You may need to go back onto Oromorph or something like that. And that's not what I want. I don't want to start down that avenue, not this early on. I do not want to start taking Oromorphs and stuff like that again. You know, that's me finger. Yo, you little booger. God. So I don't want to start down that avenue, guys. You know, if I'm having to take Oromorph, I don't mind taking sort of things. When the migraines come on, then I'm telling you now, guys, you know, that the ibuprofen and paracetamol don't do nothing. It doesn't do nothing. I have been told by Rachel that I should try maybe take Nurofen and see if they work, see if they're slightly stronger. And we've gotten some in, but so far I've been looking, not had any sort of headaches that have gone to the point where they've felt like migraines. Yes, I've had headaches that have gone up to the stage of maybe it's a level 3 to maybe even going as high as a level 4, but not as high as like the sort of level 5, 6, 7 that I get with the migraine headache. So thankfully that hasn't sort of panned out yet, so I've known how to take them. So I'm gonna hope that I don't have to. And this guy has been a godsend to me. He's sort of, because I no longer work for a living, he's the one thing that gets us out and about and keeps us on the go, you know, getting out for his little walks twice a day. At the minute I can't take him too far with him being a pup, but we will get him out sort of for more and more distance walks as he develops and gets bigger. Yeah, but he has been a godsend. He keeps us on my toes. I've got to keep on getting up and down all the time to let him out to the toilet and everything. So he's been fun, and he's been a laugh. He's kept us laughing all the time on a regular basis. Kept us going, kept my spirits up as well. Because I did go through a pretty bad patch at one point. I think just before I got the news about my cancer being sort of stationary, I went through quite a long period, because it was like mid-November, I think, when I found out about that I'd had the scan. It was sort of mid-November, and it was like basically late December before I'd found out the news. So I went through that period of time where I was like, I didn't know what was happening. My nose was getting worse, my ears were getting worse, my headaches were coming on more strenuous, and I was just thinking to myself, oh my god, this is growing. And it was becoming a sort of a major worry, and I sort of fell into a bad spot for a while. I had a really sort of hard time of it. I didn't tell anybody, I didn't think anybody, I just dealt with it as best I could. I think my family seen it, that I was getting a little bit low. But everything sort of changed around sort of in sort of early-ish December, to be perfectly honest with you. Things started to change around, and that was through this guy. We got this guy on the 18th of December, and that was it. Things started to change. Was it 18th of December? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. 18th of December, we got this guy, and that was it. Things started changing. It was like sort of, I would say mid to late November. That was when I started having a bad patch, a really bad patch, and became on really bad. And then I found out that I'd been getting my medical retirement, which was sort of good, but it also then closed down one part of my life, and I knew, well, Christ, what am I going to do now? I've been living like this, where I don't go out, I don't do much for a year, and now, what am I going to do with myself? What the hell am I going to do? It's thinking, and obviously, I knew my shoulders were getting worse, and I think to myself, I'm going to end up injuring these because I'm pushing on, going to the gym and still carrying on, because that's me all over. And then we got some sort of money through from us being retired. We decided, it is, I need something to keep us going. I need something to make us have a reason to get up and get out and move around. And well, this little fella was it. Saw him, fell in love with him, bought him. He helps me no end, guys. He really does. Anyway, that's as brief as I could make it for you. That's the update. That's where I'm at. I've got headaches. They're getting a bit worse at times. Sometimes they're at migraine level, which is really bad. The worst point for me is the neck. If the neck cramps up, my God, do I feel that. It's really, really painful if that happens. Other than that, I am great, guys. I'm still going strong, still happy, still living with cancer, and still getting on with it. That's me all over, guys. Thank you for those that are interested. Thank you for those that are watching. Any questions, please put them down in the comments below. You know for a fact, guys, that I will get back to you as soon as I can. But for me now, it's time to go and play with this little guy before he has me demented on the couch, trying to keep him safe. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. And once again, from me, the bearded nerdy oaf, and from my little fellow Bruno, guys, we're out of here. Look, guys, 2 minutes after I switch off. Yeah, he's falling asleep on me lap. I'll have to wait through that video, and now my little boy's getting to sleep. I was the same. I was the fucking same. He just makes us laugh though. Catch you later, guys.
Bad wolf. The big bad wolf.